The train just keeps on going when it comes to Snow White controversy, and there's a whole bunch of new stuff that has happened in just 24 hours. Except for this article. This one's a little old, but it's an update to something I talked about previously. So, he had this guy, Martin Klebba. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean, if you remember those. He's very good in them. I don't have any issues with him, but he did come out and say he was disappointed in Disney and they let him down because he wanted a real red carpet. And I can't blame him for that. You know, he wanted to get his time in the sun. And then he quickly came out and defended Disney and said, they were good to me. They fed me. That is someone from Disney calling him and saying, listen here, buddy. You need to walk that back right now. And he did. He did. However, people that share his dwarfism aren't happy and are planning a protest. Snow White wrote actors with dwarfism to protest outside Disney over unacceptable remake. Because as you know, they're not happy about them using CGI dwarves. And would you be happy about that if you wanted roles like these? These are some of the few roles guaranteed for you. And to be more progressive, they've stripped you of those roles to use CGI, which is exactly what they did. They used CGI because they didn't want to be offensive. When in reality, the only one that was offended by it was Peter Dinklage, who I guess considers himself the spokesman for all little people. But they're going to protest outside of Disney. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be at their headquarters or what. It just says that they're planning to rally outside Disney Studios. So I guess the Hollywood lot is where they're going to go. Anyway, they're going to protest at the company and try to bring awareness to the fact that Disney kind of screwed over people that could have got those parts. So, good on them. I'm glad that they're not sitting down on this because Peter Dinklage did tremendous damage to actors with dwarfism. They had no problem with it. All those jobs, like when they get jobs as elves around Christmas and stuff like that, that's guaranteed work. And that's something that they want to do. And for many of them, I remember when all this went down, some of them were saying, like, it's a dream to work with Disney. And 7 people, except for him, they still used him as a voice. But 6 people, even him, like, he's not acting in the movie, he's just using his voice. They all lost out on having their faces on camera and getting noticed, which, you know, if something came up, they could have got a role in something else, maybe. We won't know because it's not going to happen. But doesn't stop here, ladies and gentlemen. The train just keeps on chugging because now people are mad at Rachel Zegler again. She wanted to do a tribute to the original voice actress, so she decided to replicate how she looks in this picture right here. She even posted this black and white one, and she got a bunch of shit for it. Now, to be fair, this might have been Disney's idea for her to do this. Disney could have said, hey, we'd like you to do this, and she did it. But either way, after calling the 1937 film dated and trashing the love story and the prince, she got called a hypocrite. And apparently it got so bad, and I just noticed this after looking, they had to limit comments on her post over on Instagram. Now, you could still see some. They're still there. This is not all of them, but there's hidden comments, all kinds of stuff, because it got so bad for her over here for this. So it's not going over very well for her. But don't worry. In a few days, you're going to have to deal with this. Here's something from 4 hours ago. Disney's Snow White opens after racist and sexist fury. This is from some outlet I've never heard of, DW. So we've already got people calling you the usual names because you don't like this movie. This will ramp up too. They keep going back to the old trail. Well, let's try this again. We've done everything else. Let's just go with this one. We'll attack people, call them sexist and racist because they don't like this movie. They don't like Snow White becoming Snow Brown. So we'll just call them racist and sexist. This is like the old attack. It's so old. They overuse this so much that it's lost meaning. It doesn't mean anything to people anymore. In fact, most people just find it kind of funny at this point. But this is the first article that I've seen do this tactic again for the opening, and I expect it to ramp up depending on how well the movie does. It's really going to depend on how well it does. If it does good, I don't think you'll see more of an owning the chuds narrative. But if it doesn't do well, they're going to try to shame you into seeing the movie. Well, you don't want people thinking you're some kind of istophobe, do you? You better come watch it, which is like the standard now. Well, it's actually kind of calmed down a little bit. Some people have become wise to the fact that most people consider it a overused term by now. Like, if you call everybody an istophobe, it kind of doesn't work anymore, and we have reached that point. It's the same thing with the left calling everybody Yahtzees. Well, if you're not down with Marxism, then you must be some kind of Yahtzee. So I'm not surprised by this at all. I knew this was coming, and it's probably going to get worse. We'll see, though. Maybe the movie will do very, very well. A couple of people that have seen it said it's all right. But I don't want to see this. I don't want to give Disney any money for this shit. I mean, look at what they've done with it. So I will be passing. Do you plan on seeing the movie? Let me know in the comments. Tell me if you're not going to see it. Tell me what you think about everything going on. How do you feel about these desperate moves by them? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.